Perry Peacock here with Wilderness Innovation. Up here going to show you our new coyote color in our PST, the regular size PST, which is 7x7, which we originally designated PST stands for Personal Survival Tarp, and it was originally designed for a one-person use. And I just wanted to show you what I call the diamond pitch. It's a diagonal pitch, and what I'm going to do is use this juniper tree here, and I'm going to trim it just a little bit. I'm going to insert the shelter into there on a diagonal or diamond pitch. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use this limb up here as my limb to tie off the far diagonal, and I'm going to stake off the opposite one back in the back of the tree there. And I'm just going to clear out a couple of these limbs inside of here just to open that up so that it'll go in there. And that'll give me a height here of say about 5 feet at the peak here. And then we'll be able to get that sun exposure coming right in on us. Alright, now as you can see, I've cleared out, there was one live branch in here that I trimmed out that grew right through here. Everything else in here was a bunch of dead branches and stubs that were kind of coming into here. So I just cleared that little bit out, cleared out all the dead that was hanging in here and down here. So now I'm clear all the way back to the trunk, and I've got an opening in here. So now I'm going to trial fit the tarp into here and just kind of see what other adjustments I might need to make. Alright, now before I get too far along, one other thing I want to point out here, and getting this southern sun back up in here, I got a little warm, so it's shirt sleeve weather right now while the sun's out. But the tarp does have a tab here in the middle. That's the very center of the tarp, and it has one, this one has one tab here between one corner and the middle. And the large size has two of these in between the center and one corner. But I want to orient this to be towards the front, just because I can tie off this end to a branch up here, and if I need to pull up on it to give myself a little more headroom in here, I can pull up on these two to give me a little more headroom in the middle. And of course, you could orient those any way you want, but I think for my purpose here today, that's kind of what I'm looking to do. One other thing, the tarp does come with 100 feet of parachute cord and 6 tent stakes as part of what comes with it as standard equipment. Now, I'm going to do something here and just it's going to allow me. Just going to clip this very. Well, I think I'll just take it right there. I just bust off the very end there. Now I'm going to just put this corner tab over there. Alright, now I didn't have to use anything on this end to secure this corner. Okay, so now I'm going to secure the corner with this tent stake. This is one of the ones that comes with the kit. Sometimes we use the shock cord on it, but I'm not going to do that today. And the ground may be a little frozen. Not bad here. But in the wintertime, if it's frozen, I'll just put a good angle on the peg and just kind of drive it into the ground, and then you leave it. Now this is all right here, but at other places, if you get it in a couple of inches, let it sit there for about 15 minutes, the ground will kind of freeze around it, and even though it's not in far, it'll still hold good. So now I've got the one corner secured on the branch in the tree, the opposite corner here. Now we'll pull out the sides. Alright, so I staked the opposite corner on the front here. Now I'm going to just stake this other corner. And I want to make sure I pull it tight from the back up to here. I'm not quite as worried right here because I'm going to pull up on it a little bit too. So basically I want to be tight there and kind of reasonably okay right there. That's plenty good right there. One thing I should point out here is when you're setting up in a spot like this, sometimes under the junipers in the desert you'll find cactus, so then make sure you're not laying in a bed of cactus either. Alright, so now I'm going to use some of the parachute cord that comes with this, and let's see here. Got to tie off to something here to pull up on this loop right here. So I'm just going to tie a couple half hitches in that. And there's not a lot of real good stuff close to get to, but this one branch right here is kind of, it's dead, but it's still sturdy enough to do the trick. And then I'm going to take this second tab here, and I'm also going to run it through there. So what this will do is this pulls back on the inside to give me a little more head space in the front. So I think maybe I'll come back here just a little more. Give me just a little better pull on it. There we go. I like that better. And I'm pulling off a different limb than this front one's on, so I don't pull that down. And then I'm just going to do a taunt line in here. That way I can adjust it as needed. And I'll make it slippery too, so it's easy to untie. Alright, so there we go right there. We're pretty well situated here with the shelter. Alright, so here I am in the shelter. It's nice, and it's very nice and warm, even on a pretty cold day. This would be pretty good. It's still only about 30 degrees out here, so you know, it's not exceptionally warm as far as that goes, but warmer than what it has been. But even like this, on a cold day where you got a clear sky with the sun, and I'm facing south, the sunlight reflects off the snow, and it also comes straight in on me, and I'm shielded from the wind here, so it makes a little kind of a small environment for me, even though it's open front. It allows me to be fairly warm and comfortable in here on a day like on a day that might be cold and yet sunny. And we can also do our super shelter edition, where you just put a clear piece of visqueen up and fasten it up there, so you have basically a window. You turn this thing into a greenhouse. You know, you can be well below zero, and just with sun like we've got today, you can be room temperature. So this is Perry Peacock, just showing you another way to set up your PST, Personal Survival Tarp. This is the regular size, 7x7. Works very nice for one person in this configuration. There's over 20 ways. I've got about 25, I think, here of how to set it up. There are some ways you can use you can put two people in this deal as well. We also have our larger one, which is 10x10, which we can sleep up to 5 or 6 people depending on the configuration. So anyway, take care, have a great day. I'm loving it here. I think my breakfast is probably done. I'm going to head over to the campfire and have me some breakfast. Take care, have a great day. Perry Peacock, Wilderness Innovation.